Right. So I'm just gonna look for all the map changes and just comment on what I think of them, I guess. And for anyone watching the VOD that doesn't know, I was working on the Zonemod 2.0 map changes before the update was announced. But yeah, I mean, I'll just... So, using this function, if you go into developer mode, using the -dev launch option, then you type script show update and then close brackets. It'll show these map changes. This isn't every map change. There are some that aren't highlighted with this. I think it's anything that's in the lump files isn't highlighted, so the break wall textures on walls isn't highlighted from what I saw. But otherwise, like the majority of it's highlighted and it's all documented in a changelog that you can find on Left Dead Nation, and I can also link it as well. But yeah, I mean, so I'm gonna obviously mostly be thinking about competitive versus, but also just versus in general. Yeah, so I mean, I've already had a look at map 1 and map 2, so you can see in this area they've added, a ladder here to get on this sign. A lot of the buses and vans have ladders to get on them. This ladder is unchanged, I think. I think it's highlighting ones that have been cloned as well, so that you have to clone an existing ladder to add new ones. So, yeah, so I guess we'll start over here. So, they've blocked a stuck spot over here. They've made it so you can walk across this middle bit, because that wasn't solid before for some reason. Yeah, I don't think this ladder has changed, it just says cloned. Unless they've changed. Wait, actually. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if that was different. Yeah, so they've extended this ladder so you can get up here without speed climbing. Personally, I would have just put it on this side, but either way it's fine. I just don't think this will be super clear. Oh, there's also a push trigger. Oh, so they've also made it so that you don't get stuck going up it, like pushes you, I guess. It's hard to tell. That's what I would guess. Also, on a lot of the maps, a very nice thing they've done is so these green brushes. These are line of sight fixes, so survivors don't block your spawns by seeing like 1 pixel of your feet. So a lot of props where you have to jump behind normally, now you should have a much better time. So like a lot of like vehicles and like other props that have like a gap underneath should be much better to spawn behind, which will help a lot because there are things that look like you can spawn behind them, but you just can't, and you have a lot less spawns than it actually seems like. But yeah, this ladder will help with just giving you more directions to attack from, and then actually being able to spawn behind this bus. Again, another place to spawn from there. Should have an easier time spawning behind this bush as well. It sometimes just doesn't let you spawn. Same with this van. There's another line of sight fix. There's a ladder to get over this bus as well. It can actually be, as an infected, it can be really tricky to actually get over here properly because the jump heights sometimes are not. Your jump height isn't always as reliable as the survivors. Like if you jump more than once, you'll have a lower jump height sometimes. Again, lots of line of sight fixes here to help people spawn. All these over here are due to the way the ladder cloning works. I think it kind of thinks that cloned ladders are outside the map, so you can just ignore those. Yeah. Another ladder to get over this bus here. Just more ladders around here, just help you actually, you know, have more than one direction to attack from. It's a ladder on this van. It's a ladder to get on this van. I'll turn off the clip so you can see where I am. So this is the bit before the bridge. So they've blocked. I had a look at this already. You're not going to be able to skip over this as survivors. So because the skybox, even though on this side the skybox goes high up, on the other side it doesn't. So the skybox like cuts off around here and like goes lower, so you can't actually get past this. And then the already existing clips, so these solid ones are Valve's clips that are compiled into the map that can't be changed, but this is what it already looked like. And this is with the new ones on. So yeah, they've done a pretty thorough job of clipping this off. The other thing I will say is that there's a gap in the middle of here, so I don't know if warping, like, from a bot could get stuck inside, but that's not really relevant to Versus, so. But yeah, so this is completely blocked in vanilla now, which, you know, which is nice because, you know, it's kind of unfair just being able to skip one of the few actual choke points on the map. Yeah. So there's a ladder on this side of the van. There's also a ladder on this side, so just more places to go. Okay, so you can go here as well. So, actually, okay. All right, so there's already a ladder here. I was gonna say you could get stuck here, but there is a ladder here already, so that's fine. Line of sight fix on this truck, so sometimes it's hard to spawn behind it for some reason, so. I will say one thing I would like to see is glass added in. Some of the vehicles on the L4D2 maps are just missing the windows, as you can see here, and that actually makes it so you can't spawn behind them like you would normally, because the windows actually block sight. So if you try to spawn like this and someone's on the other side there, it blocks your spawn, but if the glass was there, then it wouldn't. That's just Valve forgetting to put the glass in. You see that a lot on Hard Rain. Yeah, a line of sight fix on this van, so you can stand behind and spawn here. Getting on this fence and on the buses is blocked for Survivor in vanilla as well. It was already blocked in Zonemod, obviously. Oh, something I forgot to mention as well. So, I'll turn these off. So, the red clips block everyone, so survivors and infected, and common infected, I believe, as well. And the pink clips block only survivors, so infected can still pass through them. Okay, this one. Okay, there's a truck in the way there. Yeah, so like this one, the infected can still pass through, but if I go on survivor, I can't pass through the pink one. And it's the same for these transparent ones that are from the new update. Just in case anyone isn't clear on what they mean. Or why there's different colours. So, yeah, so this is blocked for Survivor and Vanilla. People don't really use it in Vanilla, but it is actually exploitable if you want to use it. So there's no extra ladders around here, which is something I would have liked to see. So, like, I think you could easily put a ladder like here. Because getting onto this part of the bridge can be a bit awkward, because these ladders aren't great, and like you've got to jump around the bus if you on the other side. It's something that could be improved, or even just a ladder on this truck. But it's not a strong choke point, but you know, sometimes it can be a little bit too easy for the survivors to take. This is a skip. This is blocking a grenade launcher skip. It's not really that relevant, but or just like a. I think you might be able. I don't know. I think it's a bit too high to do any other kind of boost. But yeah, there's already a clip here, but it wasn't very good. So there's a new ladder to get over this truck, which is fine. And here we get onto some of the bigger changes on this map. So there are 3 or 4 ladders to get on the roof. So there's one at the back here, behind the first set of stairs. There's one between the 2 alarm cars. There's one on this back bit by the second set of stairs, and then there's one more at the end here by the 3rd set of stairs. And there's also 2 new air vents to spawn behind. They've also added some wrong way signs to show this is where the skybox cuts. So there's like a skybox here that cuts off the map for optimization reasons. Fortunately, we can't change those. But yeah, so this should open up, like, again, in vanilla, you couldn't get on these maps you couldn't get on the roof originally in vanilla, so that's been unblocked everywhere except on this side by the cliff. This is intentional, by the way, that it's blocked like this. This green cliff has been added in. Originally, the clip extended like from here to this side, but they've obviously removed it and then just added it on this side only. I think for Zonemod, it's likely going to be removed, so that you can get on this side of the roof as well. But we'll see. It depends on what people want and what Sir wants to do with it. But I think because it's been so well established for so long, it'll probably get changed. So I think that's it for this area. There's a line of sight fix on the van there, or LOS. I'll show on it too now. Some extra clipping on top of these things so that you can't stand on top of them. Yeah, that's it for this section. So we've got some clips to stop you getting permanently stuck on these tree clusters, which is always nice. Got an extra ladder to get over this fence, and we've also got a fence cover for, you know, extra spawning. And so this is something I saw as well that I wasn't a fan of. So we've got, this is in Zonemod as well. It's been in there since ProMod, and I don't know how long, but these are props that act as like a kind of ladder to get over here, which, you know, it's good that you can get over from this side, but personally, I would just prefer to see a ladder. I mean, you know, it's a lot more intuitive for any player to see a ladder rather than like some strange, out of place looking props. But I suspect that it's like this for, you know, people that, you know, it's something like to learn that, like, oh, you can get over like this instead of just giving you a ladder everywhere. But I feel like if you're at the point where we can add infected ladders, then I don't see why not, other than, you know, the fact that it's slightly harder to use, but I don't know. I think it's fine, but personally I would have replaced this with a ladder. The only other thing is that it does give you a little bit extra room to spawn, but, you know. I just feel like now that we can actually add new ladders that we can do better than this. There's a few other places where there's props like that as well that, you know, I'm not a huge fan of. Yeah, also we've got some clips here to stop people getting outside of the map. I'm not sure what the green clips are, if that's infected only, possibly. because the infected only clips for the solid ones are not green, they're purple, but it's kind of hard to tell apart from the pink ones. Also got a clip to stop you skipping over the pool area. Yeah, I would guess these green ones are infected only, looking at where they are. So yeah, just places, stopping people getting out the map in various places. And then if we go down the hill, we've got clips to stop people from clipping through the displacement. So there's a glitch where if you like spam crouch at certain parts of geometry like this, so like any like bumpy ground or anything that isn't like a flat shape is a displacement, which is just like a map, like just another way you can build maps in the Source engine. Yeah, but because they're only solid on one side, so and they're really thin because of that, so you can just clip through them due to some not so great collision. So you could, put through with a survivor if you wanted, or you could, get a smoker inside there and pull someone. And I'm pretty sure you can't wallbang through displacements as well. So you like, again, this well-known clip to get under the map is also blocked. Yeah, if you get under here and you pull someone, you can't kill the smoker, and you can like infinitely scratch someone that's down and stop them from being able to be picked back up and basically ruin the game. So all the ones around here are blocked. This side is blocked. Some clips to get outside the map over here are blocked. So, it's all good stuff. All the currently known ones are blocked. I'm guessing that ones that aren't blocked you can't actually clip through. I haven't looked at all of these too closely, but this one over here by the drop, by the campsite, is really easy to do. So that's fixed now. People can't abuse that. That's it for this section. There's just a bit more over here. So fixed a permanent stuck at the top of the hill over here. They've added some clips to stop survivors getting out of bounds over here, and same on this side. And on top of the safe room roof as well. Added some fence covers for spawns. This ladder has also been fixed, so before you could only climb it from the left side because of valve things, but now you can just climb it normally. I guess now with the fence covers here, it's actually useful, because before it was basically a useless ladder. You could technically do this and then walk all the way along this fence and onto the roof, I think, but it's not really worth doing. But now you can actually, there's now actually a reason to use it. Which, this area is normally not a great area to hit in, so maybe having a few extra spawns will be nice. Also got, okay, I'm not sure what this black clip is. Let me add a survivor. Okay, so it seems to block survivors, but I don't know why it's a different color. It wasn't blocking infected though. Well, oh well. We've got an extra ladder on this van here as well. I think that was in Zonemod. Not super useful, but more spawns is always nice. Got a line of sight fix here, so you can actually spawn behind this fence. And we've got a few ladders to get on the safe room roof as well. So we've got one on each side and one on the back, which, it's always good. We've got also some ladders to spawn behind these buses here. And that's it for map 1 of Dark Carnival. So, overall, I think most of the focus is kind of around this beginning area. And hopefully it should, just give Infected a little bit more options, because this is normally quite a survivor-sided map. Yeah, we can just move on to the next level. Now, Fairgrounds has got quite a lot of changes from what I saw. So first big one is obviously, okay, hang on, this isn't working. I hope I don't have to restart my game every time. Right, okay, I think I know what the problem is. Just 1 second. Ah, there we go. Should be working. Yeah, okay, so biggest thing is in vanilla, you couldn't get on this roof at all, the safe room roof, and you would attack by the, ticket booth entrance. And it's not a great area to attack. But now you can get on the roof just like in you have been able to do in competitive. So we've got some new ladders here. The one on this hedge I always thought was really bad because it's really hard to see that was in Zonemod. So, but now they've put it in this fence here, and they've also added a fence cover for a little bit more spawns. Got a ladder here in case you fall down, and got a ladder on this fence side of the vent as well. They've also added some wrong way signs. I feel like they could have added one here, but shows people where the map boundary actually is, because we can't open this bit up, unfortunately. Yeah, so this will change pubs quite a bit, I think, and in the new version of Zonemod, it was planned that this hit would be significantly different, but we'll see how it plays out. I mean, it's still going to be the same hit in competitive, so it's probably something that'll still change. Unfortunately, there are so many changes on this map that it's hard to see them all unless I position the camera properly. But yeah, we've got a new ladder to get on the restrooms at the start. Got line of sight fix on this generator, so you can actually spawn behind it. All these new hedge props have been added in, so you can actually spawn here. And there's a third ladder here as well. There's already 2 ladders, but now there's one in the middle. They've blocked being able to jump from this sign onto this invisible clip here to skip the warehouse section. Survivors. You can still get on these roofs in vanilla, but it's not a huge deal. Got a new ladder around the back here to get on this roof. I feel like we could probably do with another ladder, like maybe on this side as well, but because it's not, or maybe like a sign here so you can actually spawn. I feel like that would be a good change. Also got a clip to stop survivors getting on this part of the roof. Got a new infected ladder here as well, in this back bit by the hot dogs. I'm not sure what these triggers are for. I've seen a few of them that are linked to the forklift. I can check the changes, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Also, another thing is, well, okay, so this forklift is still in its original difficult to use spot in vanilla. It's moved in Zonemod to an easier to use spot. Also, the forklift now, the prongs on it like break off when you hit it in vanilla, so it's actually going to be kind of could be quite scary now that it's actually like consistent. So that'll change. That might change how people play this area. Maybe they'll run back further, or not want to fight in the open as much. Also, I missed a ladder here. We've got a ladder on the tent in the back here. Also got a ladder to get over this fence. And there's already one on the back here, so. Let's see. Oh yeah, so we've got this stops people from pushing. So you can push the forklift over to this roof and then jump on it, and then jump on this roof, so that's blocked now. Survivors can't stand on top of this exit sign anymore. We've got a ladder to get on this roof, and an extra vent to spawn behind. We've also got a ladder here, and I'm not sure why this prop is here, but I guess it's just for spawns. We got another ladder on this side to get on this roof. Got a ladder on this side of the wall as well to climb over, which, if you spawn back here, the only way to get out was to run all the way back this way, or to go over to this ladder here. And then over here where you can't, I don't think you can even jump out of here as well, so. We've also got a ladder to climb over this side of the wall as well. Oh yeah, I missed this one. We've got a ladder to get over the fence here as well, which is nice because the only ladder in this area originally was, these two here. This one to get on the roof, and then the ones on the crates that weren't too useful. I mean, you can jump from the crate to the roof to behind the fence, but now it's a lot faster. So this big blue one, this big blue brush is improving the collision on the displacement that covers the ground here. So this should stop, items falling through the ground and stuff like that. So that should help, just with the issue that you have in this area. It does make it hard to see everything though. Okay, so this part of the map is clipped off a bit for infected. I thought there was already a skybox back here that blocked you, but maybe not. I don't think you could originally get up here in vanilla though. I think it was blocked from what I remember. Yeah, I've got a new ladder to get up here as well. There's one back here as well. There's a ladder to get on this tent over here and get on the roof, or in this back area. Got a ladder to get on this little building here. Let me see if I can get rid of this blue clip. There we go. Alright, now I can see. Yeah, so. Oh, they've added a whole new wall here for spawns. Okay, that's really nice actually. Okay. I was wondering what this was. Yeah, so now you can actually spawn behind this wall like that. So that's a really nice change. They've blocked survivors from getting on this roof, and being able to do a skip here where you can jump into this area and then run along and skip the whole ladder and slide, so that's nice. I would also assume they've fixed, so there's a lot of nav mesh fixes, so hopefully this isn't a Jesus spot anymore, but we'll have to check all the Jesus spots that were blocked originally. Hopefully they're all fixed though. That's it for this area. I mean, personally I feel like this area could still do with a little bit more improvements, but maybe this wall will help a lot. But yeah, I feel like this area is still quite survivor-sided. It's not really like, you can't really hit in it, and the tank fight in this area is just a bit too survivor-sided. I feel like it would be more fun if there were more spawns, but then, you know, you also give survivors more options, like adding an ammo pile or something like that. Just so it's a bit more balanced for both sides. And what we've got here is this forklift, so it's labeled 2009 forklift because in the original version of the game there was a forklift here, but Valve decided to remove it. But now it's here, so you've got a few more hittable options now, which, you know, that could make a really big difference for this tank. So, you know, maybe we don't need any more changes over here for now. But yeah, we've also blocked being able to get on this fence for survivors and getting out of bounds, which is nice. The clipping on this ramp has been improved, so the charger shouldn't just get stuck for no reason, so that'll help a lot in vanilla. It was already fixed in Zonemod. They've blocked being able to skip and get on this track. They've also blocked survivors getting on this part of the track too. I think that's it for this area. Which, you know, personally as well, I feel like this area is one of the like really strongly survivor-sided areas. I feel like, you know, more ladders probably could have been added. I don't remember this ladder being here before, but I think it might. Yeah, I think it's not highlighting the ladders properly. Oh, there we go. Okay, I don't know what happened there. Right, well, we'll go through this area again then. That's unfortunate. Oh yeah, so there's more ladders all around this wall. I've missed this one out, I guess. There's a ladder to get on this building as well. And also on this roof here. So if you do fall down, you can actually get back up, which is nice. Also a ladder to get on the roof from this side, so you don't have to like parkour along the fence here. Oh, okay, I thought I saw a ladder there, but again, this ladder has been added in on both sides of this fence. I don't think there was one before. Again, I'm not sure what this trigger is for, but it's linked to the forklift from what I can tell, and the dumpster. But yeah, I'm not sure what it does exactly. I'll have to look into that. Right, so yeah, so this area does actually have some new ladders, okay. I don't know why I wasn't showing them. So we've got, this one is pretty interesting. So you've got a ladder to get to the top of the slide here. We've also got a LOS fix on the hot dog stand and on the generator. We've got a ladder to get over this fence here, which, you know, it could be useful, but it's generally not. It doesn't look like it'll be too useful. I don't think you can get on, yeah, you can't get on this roof at all. So, but you know, we'll see. Yeah, so there's a ladder to get on this roof, and then from this roof you can climb up to, the monorail tracks. Also a ladder to get on this tent here. You can also like jump back here. So I mean, this area, again, I still feel like this area could use some changes, but this new ladder especially, and these two are gonna make a big difference, because in this, like it takes a long time to actually get to a good spawn here, because you'd have to like run to this ladder and then run all the way along this behind these fences, and it wasn't great. So hopefully, you know, these ladders will help. Right, they've blocked getting on this fence here for survivors. They've also added some break wall textures here so that people actually know you can break them. I think as a ghost you still can't go through them, but I think they've changed it so that, yeah, you can break these before the survivors have all dropped. Originally, in vanilla, you had to wait for all 4 survivors to drop before you were allowed to break these and go in here. So you still have to spawn to get inside, I think, but you can now at least get in them early and, you know, open up a few more spawns. Again, we got survivor clips to stop you getting out of bounds here. Oh, we've got a ladder to get on this hedge. Got clips to stop you from skipping the event by boosting over here. Got a ladder to get on top of the merry-go-round thing over here, and a ladder. So if you crouched and went inside here, there was no way out originally. You can't actually get out of here unless you're a hunter or a jockey and you jump back out. But now I've got a ladder to get out of here, and also a auto crouch trigger. So, you know, that's a nice change. Got a ladder to get on this hedge back here, which is actually quite a nice change. You can get on this roof a lot easier now. You can't get on this all these roofs here though, unfortunately. We can't change that. We've also just got a lot of clips here to stop survivors from skipping around the event and getting out of bounds. We've also got a clip here to stop you from clipping through the map here. There's a bit of a weird glitch where you can walk through the wall. There's a ladder to get on this roof, which is actually kind of hard to see unless you're like really looking for it. So this is one to keep an eye out for. This is actually quite a good spawn. Just getting on this roof quickly, because the only other way to get there is by going like this from this fence and then jumping around to these ladders over here. So, you know, anyone that uses this ladder here is gonna, you know, surprise people until they start learning about it. So that's a good one. This is like another prop ladder, which is basically taken from Pro Mod as well. This is like this in Pro Mod. They've actually added a clip here so that you don't have to jump 3 times, which is nice. But again, I would still like to see a ladder here. Like, I feel like you see these props, but they're not intuitive that, you know, it's a way up to, you know, for most players, especially, you know, new players or people that don't play competitive. It's not obvious that this is usable as a way to get up, or that it's even possible to get up using them. But I feel like that's probably intentional, that it's meant to be more of an advanced spawn. You can't really spawn behind here still, unfortunately. I guess you have to crouch, and that's the only real way. But you can now get on this roof a little bit easier. I think hunters can climb up here. Yeah. But I don't think there's any other ladders here for the other infected. I've got a ladder on this electrical box here to get on this roof, which is nice. I've got a ladder to get on the roof here as well, which is also nice. You know, More spawns is always good. This area, you know, it can be a little bit hard to get a good spawn here, so I don't think it's too overpowered adding more ladders. We've got some ladders to get on the fences here. We've got a ladder to get on the roof here, and then higher up. And this one is also clipped and line of sight fixed and all of that because the sign isn't solid, I'm pretty sure, in vanilla, so you can now actually spawn behind it. Just a LOS fix on this generator too. And that's it for map 2, so, you know, there's a lot of, you know, spawns that competitive players will be used to, but still a lot of good new stuff for people to play around with, so definitely a lot more fair on the infected in the areas that need it. Alright, those are the only 2 maps I've already looked at, so this will all be pretty new to me. First of all, they've blocked survivors standing on this window, which was a pretty overpowered spot, honestly. Nothing for most of these tunnels here, there's nothing too major. There's an auto crouch trigger now in this vent, which is nice. I actually saw this in a game earlier today. This is actually a really big change. And there's even more ladders actually, so this ladder here will completely change this tank fight in this area and infected hits in this area. There's also... Alright, so they've also added an auto crouch trigger and some extra clips as well to make getting on this ladder and getting up here smooth. But yeah, this really opens up the area for the tank. There's also a ladder here, which do you have to like jump? Okay, so you have to like press space, which is so this is a bit more of like an advanced kind of play, I guess, like because you can't just like walk off here. You have to actually like, okay, you can walk if you do it right, but you know, I think this is gonna catch people for a while. And there's also another ladder here, and you can jump from the shelves up here. There's also they blocked a permanent stuck behind this one. But yeah, this is gonna completely change this tank. Personally, I never found this tank too bad, but it is very support dependent. And this not only gives the tank more options for, you know, when they drop down here, the only real viable way back up is either from this ladder and getting out, or up these stairs here, which if you see the survivor coming towards you here, you can actually do a juke by jumping from the stair railing to the swan, or just to the other side, I think. I think if you strafe a bit, you might be able to make it, but... Or just, you know, dropping back as well, and making the tank have to jump back down again. So now that both the tank and the support can actually, you know, do something here, you know, and not have, like, charger or jockey being completely useless, that's gonna really change this area. And this is already quite a high wipe rate tank for one that I think isn't really that strong. But you know, it's misplayed quite a lot by a lot of less experienced players. So this is really gonna change this tank fight up. I think it's, you know, I really like these changes, especially this ladder here, because you know it's a pretty rough spot for the tank to chase people down sometimes. So just giving you more options to move around as infected is, you know, always good. There's also a just clipping improvement on this railing here. I think you get stuck or something. I don't remember exactly. Oh, right, so it's, yeah, stuck warp. I guess you could get stuck and teleport from it. Block standing on the fire extinguisher for survivors. This also has a texture now so that you can see it can be broken, and it can also be broken by infected in vanilla. In vanilla, only the tank was able to break this, but now all the infected can break it. Which will stop people going behind here, spawning, and then being stuck. Oh wow, okay. You can't stand on this electrical box anymore. That changes this ladder hit quite a bit, because if you could get this wall broken open by like a boomer or just a random common infected or by the tank, then you know this was always better to drop down than the main route, because you could stand on this and you could see the spawns coming a little bit better. But now that you can't do that, it's actually going to be kind of a scary hit. I mean, I still think it's going to be better to go this way just because this hole is a little bit easier to drop down just from its shape, and you don't have to worry about spawn blocking as much. So, but yeah, you can't just like sit up there and shoot everything that comes. So that's gonna catch a lot of people off that don't realize that's different as well. What? I'm not sure what this is about, but they've added a pipe here on this hole and then clipped it. So I'm guessing that's to stop the, yeah, okay, so that's, I don't know if it affects like, you know, how easy it is to walk down the hole as well without getting stuck, but basically this stops the trick where you could stand on a tiny little ledge on this hole and not fall down, but also not be able to be pulled back up or anything like that. So that's fixed, and it's also blocked for the infected for whatever reason, but that's fine. They block survivors getting in these vents here. Infected can still get in them. There's nothing in these tunnels. They're all fine. Right, so blocked survivors standing on this cargo crate. You can also climb on here now as an infected. Okay. This is blocked off in vanilla, that's fine. They've also added a ladder to get on this roof here, which is nice. They've blocked standing on this van, which as survivor, which in vanilla I'm pretty sure it was already blocked, but I guess they've just redone these clips. There's also a ladder to climb up here now, which is nice, and a ladder to climb up onto this roof, which is also nice. There's a clip to stop you getting behind here and, you know, out of bounds or whatever. There's also a ladder to get on this fence here. I do remember that this ladder kind of was badly placed though, and you could sometimes just not climb up, but it seems okay. Seems to work fine. So yeah, that's opened up some new spawns over there. There's also an LOS fix on this truck, which is, you know, help you spawn back here. Oh, okay, so we've got some, again, these are in Pro mod, I believe. Also mod. So you got clip to jump, props to jump onto this roof here, and also extra spawns, which is good. Blocked a perma-stuck over here. I don't know why it's a perma-stuck, but thanks, Valve. Coaster skip is blocked. you know, that's fine. I'm not going to go over that in too much detail, but they've blocked, so it looks like they've blocked. I'm guessing you can still climb up here as Survivor, but standing on anywhere else and along the bottom here seems to be blocked. Fine. We've added some new fence covers here for spawns. Yeah, okay, so I'm guessing these black clips are Valve's original ones. So I'm not sure why they're this color, but you know, it's fine. We've blocked survivors being able to go back here in this tunnel where the train comes from. Oh, they've added a auto crouch trigger, so when these doors are closed, a infected ladder appears, but you have to crouch to get past, I think. So it does that automatically now. Yeah, so you can't stand on these railings as survivors anymore, which is nice. There was already some clips here, but they weren't very good, so they've just improved those really. It's kind of hard to see around here though. Oh, perma stuck behind this fence is fixed. Let's see. I mean, you know, I'll be testing all the coaster stuff that I know just to make sure it's fixed. But from what I've heard, most of it's, or all of it's fixed really. Okay, they've clipped so you can't get like stuck teleport under this little window here, and they've also added a ladder to get up top, which is nice. So now other infected can get up here. Not sure what this is. Oh, okay. This chimney wasn't solid before, but now it is, so you can spawn behind it. So that's good. Okay, they've added a clip to make it so that this ladder is actually usable, because before it'd be nearly impossible to actually get up here. So that's fixed. They fixed being able to like skip part of the coaster along here, or like climb on these side bits. Well, yeah, this is where the I thought the skip was here. I don't remember exactly. Okay, that's already blocked. But yeah, basically it looks like they fixed the skip around here where you could drop down and climb on these supports to skip this choke point here. What else? Okay, they fixed being able to get stuck and teleport here. They haven't fixed jumping on this bit of Survivor, it looks like, but it looks like they've clipped around here so that you can't just strafe jump from here and then jump around to there. So that's good. So you can't do a skip here. They've clipped. Okay. Alright, so they've clipped this skip at the end here, but you can still jump on this. However, you can't jump onto this bit here. I would still say that this should be clipped on this side. But a lot of people don't know you can do it on both sides, so, you know. But that's something to look at. There's a lot of clips here, so it's hard to see, but it looks like, yeah, alright, so you can't jump on this roof. Wow, okay, so Survivor, you can no longer jump on this. On this railing here, which is, you know, something that's, yeah. Okay, so you can't jump on top of the railing. I guess that's to stop people from jumping over there, but I feel like they could just make it so that you can't go over the top. I don't know. So I guess that means that, like, Yeah, so like on this side, Valve has clipped it so that you can stand on it, but they've clipped it so that you can't stand on the top here. I feel like that's something that should, you know, I mean, it's not a huge deal, but this is a good way to avoid getting hit here. Especially like with chargers and the like. So something to keep in mind here. You can still do it on the right though. So if you need to, you just gotta remember that. You can't get into this area here of survivors anymore. Just some clipping improvements on these pillars, I think. No, so that you can't. You know, get stuck on or jump on them or whatever. I'm not sure exactly why, but basically all these pillars around here have been clipped. You can't get on this roof as Survivor anymore, which is good. They fixed all the out of bounds stuff over here. These go really far back, Jesus. They've added some bumper cars to the safe room, but it says M4. So I'm guessing that's for the next map. I'm guessing they've added hitables into the safe room there then, which is interesting. Oh, they've clipped off this bit so they don't get stuck. That's nice. Clipped it off here as well. They haven't done it here though. I mean, it's not a problem here, at least. And this one can be a problem as well sometimes. Oh, I missed this ladder actually. Alright, so they've extended this ladder so you can get on the roof. That's good. Like I said, it's kind of hard to see all the clips around here because there's so many. Also made it so that you don't get your head bumped there, which is nice. That's all I can really see. I don't think there's anything else. So, it looks like you can still, as Survivor, you can still hit the B-hop and jump over to this roof. But there isn't too much use for that, at least, and so it's not a huge deal. I don't see anything else on this map, so we'll move on to the next one. Alright, so yeah. So you've now got two, what you call it? Bumper cars in the safe room here, so survivors can't just run back to the safe room and make this a really easy fight. So that's good. We've also got two new ladders to get on the roof here. Yeah, there's a much better placement than the one in Zonemod. Makes a lot more sense. We've also got one over here so that you can jump from this and jump onto these. They've also blocked survivors from getting on the porta potties here, which is it's nice. I mean, it's something that people like doing, but it should be blocked in versus, obviously. They haven't blocked this roof completely though. I know that you can jump from this area onto this roof and then onto the roof there if you. I think you have to B-hop to get there, but I think that roof should just be blocked. Just there's no legitimate reason you should be on there as a survivor on versus. But yeah, these ladders should help in vanilla a lot with people that don't know how to get up, and just make this first hit a little bit faster as well, so you don't have to wait for people. Got some LOS fixes on these food carts here, which is good. I've got a ladder on this hedge here, so that instead of this terribly placed ladder here where you get stuck on the tree, so that will help a little bit. Then you can get on here quicker. Nothing around here seems to be changed. This is clipped off by Valve, I guess. This ladder has been moved. It doesn't show that it's been moved, but it has. It was originally here and you'd get your head stuck, but now it's a lot better. What is this blue clip? Let me have a look. I'm not sure what this blue one is. Well, alright, so we've got new ladders here. They've just added some extra ladders to make it a little bit easier to climb up, and then some on this side as well so you can actually climb. Yeah, I'm not sure why there isn't a ladder on this side though, to be honest. Okay, this is clip. Ask wed. Oh wait, a skewed hedge shirt clip. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really sure why that's there. Maybe it's to stop you getting stuck on the fences or something. There's a fence cover here. I guess that's because there's an invisible wall here, from what I remember. Yeah. That's just so that you know how far back you can run. Same on this side. There's a ladder to get over this fence here, which is nice, and a ladder to climb over this as well. It's also clipped so you can't stand on here as a survivor, I guess. I would have liked to see more ladders around here, honestly, but this ladder over here has been added to the other side of the pole. It's not really very obvious that this one's here, so it's a nice change. Clip being able to stand on these lights here, which I actually missed, and block survivor being able to get over that fence. Yeah, you can't stand on any of these lights, which is good. They've added a ladder to get on this roof here. They've added a ladder behind this building so you can actually get on top of it a lot easier now. There's 2 ladders on each side. Also block survivors skipping over here. Skipping like over the fence to skip the barns. I think that's it for this area. Oh yeah, actually they've added a clip so that you can't boost and skip going around the barns. I assume it will work. Same as. Okay, because in Zonemod the way it works is like once you open or break that door over there, the clip disappears. I'm not sure how they'll handle this now. But obviously you have to remove this clip so that people can, jump off here. Unless you just added some fences or something, I don't know. Also clip this ladder so that you don't get stuck on it because it's missing clips. There's normally clips around ladders so that you don't get stuck on them. But Valve forgot to do that on some of these. There's also a line of sight fix on this generator. They've blocked survivors being able to hop across to these or boost, I guess, but it's really easy to hop. They've added a hittable hay bale here, which I guess we can try out. Gonna be difficult to control in here. They're already quite hard to hit where you want. I'm wondering if that trigger is to break the door when the hittable touches it, maybe. Yeah, I'm guessing you're not meant to hit this inside here. It's probably just to hit out there, I guess. But that's a pretty interesting change. I kind of like that. I want to see how this plays out because... Okay, I'm stuck. Because this tank can be pretty survivor-sided. Yeah, it doesn't look like you can hit it through the door. Maybe you could if you went at it long enough, but... So we've got this new change, which is really nice. So infected can now jump up here and spawn, and these aren't hittable, by the way. These are all one prop. Yeah, new infected spawns in this area, and also blocking survivors getting up here as well. Yeah, just giving the infected more than 2 directions to come from is great, honestly. Also, oh, this is the trigger that removes the clips for the wall here, so that's fine. But yeah, this will change how people play this tank, I think. I mean, well, I would say you could run back here and maybe fight the tank here, but that hittable kind of makes that a bit difficult, so there will definitely have to be a new meta strat developed here. But it's good to see that this tank's getting changes. I mean, I was thinking, you know, adding some props here, but I think this is a pretty good non-intrusive way to do it. And you know, it fits into the map really well, so that's really nice. I'm happy with this one. I think people will enjoy this tank more like that. People are gonna complain, obviously, that oh, it's hard, it's too hard now, or whatever. But that tank was so easy, especially in like vanilla with slowdown. Yeah. Also, yeah, you can't jump on this phone, these phones anymore to do a common jump as well. Line of sight fix on this food truck. I don't know why there isn't one here, but oh well. Clipped being able to stand on those as survivor, I guess. Don't ever remember seeing people do that, but maybe it's a survival thing. You can... okay. I don't really get why this ladders are like this, but there's ladders to get on this roof now, but kind of I guess they're deliberately not easy to use. Just... But I don't really see why. Oh, they've also improved the clipping on this roof so that you don't like slide off or get stuck, which is nice. That's good. I think that's... Oh yeah, there's some changes over here. So there's some extra ladders around the event that should help. It's kind of annoying to... You can't really get around here as affected very easily. They've blocked this ladder off. I mean... Wait, what? Oh. No, they haven't. Alright, so they've moved this ladder and put a prop here so that it actually kind of makes sense. So that you can now actually climb on this roof. Which is good, because the original ladder here just was unusable basically. They've added a ladder to get over this fence here, which is nice. You can actually attack from here. Not sure what this is for. Try switching to survivor. Actually, we'll try out the new triggers. So that one doesn't do anything for survivors. This one, yeah, so this removes the clips on the wall, so when you go through here you can It removes all those clips, which is fine. I don't know if this has something to do with the event. It seems to be causing an error with the director. But I'm assuming that this stops the horde spawn or something like that. Also the horde on this map shouldn't spawn in the safe room anymore, which is a nice change. You don't have to like rush to it to close the door as well. Yeah, so I mean this map overall has got quite a few changes. I would like to see this area rebalanced personally. It's still going to be really strong to just run the tank back here, especially on vanilla snipers. But yeah, barn tank being weaker is really nice. The only thing is that obviously there's a lot of hittables around here now. You've got these 4 here. You got the ones back here. You've got this one over here. You've got this new one. And you've got the ones that are all over here. So we'll have to see how it plays out. And next we've got the finale. I've had quite a significant change on this finale, so see how it plays out. So I've got some new ladders here and also blocking survivors from getting over this fence, which is good. I don't see any major changes here. It's all outside, just some line of sight fixes and forklift trigger. Yeah, I'll have to look into what these are. I might ask Jacob or Sui. So now I've got a dumpster here. And obviously these forklifts, okay, both of them are still here. We've also got a dumpster on this side. So we've now got 4 hittables on this map. And obviously the forklifts are now a lot easier to use. So it'll be a lot less survivor sided when tank's up, and also when you have the pre-event tank, it'll be a lot easier to get your hittables in here. So that'll make quite a big difference to this finale, just on its own. And you know, this is like it's really rough for the infected, especially the tank on this finale. So it's a good change. Some props to stop you from getting stuck when the helicopter arrives. Those are in pro mod already. They've just added a prop here to mimic the wall so that it was invisible from this side originally, so just a bit of a quality of life improvement. There's a ladder to get on this little roof here. They've blocked survivors from getting on all these windows and standing on these support beams. Yeah, all around the map. Blocked a Jesus spot here. It was already blocked, but they just redone it. And they blocked you from standing on this fence here as well. Yeah, standing on these support beams on the stage as well, blocked for survivors. Not sure what this trigger is for. It seems to be a push trigger. I guess you can't get back here as infected anymore, which is strange. Don't really understand the logic behind that. Maybe it's like some exploit back here, I'm not sure. But there are now 2 ladders on each side here, which is nice. I would imagine that this Jesus spot is fixed as well. This should have been a really easy fix, to be honest. So, got some LOS fixes on this sign, and this one over here. And this is a big one, got an LOS fix on the stage controls here, and on the scaffolding area, which, you know, you can actually spawn here now, which is nice. Again, got a... So you can't go back here for some reason. I don't really get why they've changed this. Called Axis Warp. I don't know. I think they've fixed where, you know, in vanilla, tanks would spawn down here and be stuck. Okay, so it looks like if you're down here and you try to walk... okay. If you try to walk through this, you just kind of get teleported to the other side. So, see how that works, I guess. I'll have to look into that a little bit more. They've also... yeah, they've added it on this side as well. They've also added some stairs on this side here and blocked you from getting stuck underneath. And they've also clipped off this little bit so you don't have to jump to get on top. I don't know why this is blue and why it's shaped, why it's a bit laggy when you walk on it, but we've also added a new ladder to get up here, which is nice. And that's it for the finale. I mean, the hitables and just a line of sight fixes, and will make a big difference. So yeah, I mean, overall, for vanilla especially, that Carnival is going to be a lot more balanced for the infected. It's quite survivor-sided as it was, so you know, I don't see any changes in here that are bad by any means. I think, they're all good. They're all definitely just, quality of life improvements and all that kind of stuff. Map 4 is the only majorly different map with the bands changes. And I guess map 1 has some pretty big changes with the ladders for vanilla. For competitive, it covers most of what's already been covered, of exploit blocks and flipping, and there's a lot of ladders in there that were already going to be in the new version of Zonemod, or that already were in Zonemod, so... But, I think, yeah, we'll just have to see how it plays out. I mean, obviously this is the most played map, that's why I'm covering it first, so... it'll be the quickest one to find issues with and develop the new strategies. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just take a quick break and then go on to the Parish, obviously the second most played map. So yeah, just give me 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. Just my throat was kind of hurting after all that, so. Right, so. Parish, I haven't had a look at or played on at all yet, so this will again be first impression of Parish, really, on new changes. So they've clipped off this ramp so you don't get stuck on it anymore, which is fantastic. There's a new ladder to get on this roof. Save you a bit of time, instead of having to go all the way around here. There's some boxes back here for extra spawns. Is this solid still? Alright, this awning is still not solid. I think that's something that might have been missed. They've blocked survivors from ledge hanging on these fences here, which people can use it to grief and all that stuff and block spawns on the roof, so that's nice. And one thing to note is as well, like you'll see, I'm guessing you still can't go past these, yeah. So these no wrong way signs. Unfortunately, these ones are, most of them, except in a few maps like No Mercy, they're compiled into the map and just can't be removed. So while they would open up the clips on the roof here so you can go back a bit further, it would confuse new players a lot if you could just walk past wrong way signs. They've blocked the hunter getting up here, I guess. I'm not sure why. I guess you could have. I guess you could get out of bounds here for some reason. I didn't even know about this one. Well, okay, so just block getting out of the map here. Maybe you could get stuck or something. I'm not sure. They have. Oh, they've added a ladder here, so you can get up here quicker, which is nice. That's a nice change, actually. Now, okay, so they block getting on this balcony as survivors. You have to like B-hop across this ramp and this truck and then onto there. And this one is, this change here is huge, honestly. This might change the meta for this tank. You know, so normally when there's a tank on this map, people run all the way back to the safe room area. Oh yeah, also there's a ramp here so you don't have to jump, which is nice. But it's strong because there's no way for the tank to get close to the survivors without taking damage. They can either like come from the front here, and in the front, I mean this, you know, and take damage as they're coming in through this gate, and that's, they really don't have many options there. Or they can go in this building and they can either come in that way, or you know, you can go from the street or this building over this fence and then climb on this roof and then climb all the way across here and onto this roof, and you can get punished quite heavily for that. But now with this ladder, you can just climb to this roof from this side without taking any punishment from the survivors if they play it in the same way as before. This is gonna force survivors to have to play a lot more aggressively on this tank, which honestly, that's great because this is such a stale tank, and people have played this tank thousands of times and they still somehow wipe to it, which, you know, that's on them. But you know, people are gonna have to actually learn to adapt now to this tank. I will say that, you know, this area where you can fight the tank as well, in the, not in the corner because that's kind of bad, but like by these buses, is not a bad place to fight the tank if anyone wants to, you know, come up with a new strat. This isn't too bad a place to fight. But I will say though, if you're gonna run back, you're probably gonna want to stand around here and try and chip the tank as he's going on the roof, and then once he gets on the roof, you'll have to go back quite quickly, or he can cut you off by dropping down on the other side. So the tank now has to make a choice between, getting on the roof and taking a bunch of chip, or just going straight in and going for the car on the survivors. So it's a lot more of a kind of dynamic play that you can make if people actually choose to play it differently. They could still choose to play back here, but you're going to be fighting a 6k health tank that can instantly drop onto someone. And, people are not going to like the slider at first, but I think it's going to make this a lot more of a fun tank. And, this map isn't worth very much anyway. So it's like, if you die here, it's still not a huge loss. So I think it's fine to make it, a bit more infected sided, with how short the map already is. But yeah, I think this is probably the biggest change on this map, and I haven't even looked at the rest of it. But this completely changes how this tank's going to play out. And hopefully people do learn to actually adapt to it, and not just complain about an OP ladder or whatever, because it's their own fault if they die here because of that. And it's still a really easy area to fight the tank. You've got so many ways to avoid getting cornered. But yeah, no, I do like this change. I know some people obviously won't, but I think that's just, people are just gonna have to learn to adapt. Got some clips to stop survivors getting on top of this door here and this electrical box. Got a ladder to get in this little room here, which is nice. Got a clip to stop infected, like getting stuck on the skybox here because it's kind of low down. There's no ladders to get on this roof though, from the looks of it. Some line of sight fixes on the bus and the van here, which is good. This is exactly where I put a ladder on Zonemod, but that was going to be in Zonemod. But yeah, now there's a ladder to get on this roof, and also to get on the other side of this fence, which if you didn't know, you can go along here and go back to the safe room this way, which was kind of difficult before because there's no ladder here. Also block survivors getting on this balcony, and on top of all this stuff here. They've blocked a perma-stuck behind the wall here. You can't get back here in vanilla. Okay. It's fine. Also added some ladders to get on the buildings and behind the wall here. I swear these props are new, but I guess they're not. I know that. Okay, for some reason it's either not highlighting them or Valve added dynamic props there. I don't know, because they're not in the decompiled version of the map. But anyway, that doesn't matter. You can climb up here. There's no infected ladder to get back over here, which personally I would have added, but there's also a plank to get over here. I don't know why it isn't just a ladder, but stop you from getting permanently stuck back there. Clips to stop survivors getting on these balconies here. Clip to stop you doing a skip from hopping over this balcony onto this fence. Clip to stop you from standing on the jukebox. They haven't blocked survivors from getting on these roofs, but they have blocked you from skipping this kitchen area and the bar to get on the other side. So you could still I mean, you can still get punched up here by a tank if you really want to. And you can actually stand on here as survivors. And there's also a few other methods to get on the roof here. And, be up around to all these roofs over on this side as well. So they haven't blocked any of that stuff for whatever reason. They've added a clip to stop survivors getting on these roofs back here and in this back area out of bounds. Stopped infected from going over here and getting stuck on the skybox. Good. Oh, this is another big change. They've added a ladder on this side back here, so normally when you get a tank here, especially like later on in the map, he'll spawn like in this kitchen kind of area, and then the path you would have to take would be through this door, and then the only available ladder to get you closer to where you want is over here, and you jump on this roof and then go all the way, back here around to this fire escape. So that's a lot shorter now. So before you were able to cut off the survivors depending on your spawn and how fast you go, but now it's basically guaranteed that you can cut off the survivors if you really just want to go straight in. So that's a really interesting change. That'll definitely change up this tank on this map a lot as well, and it'll probably force a lot of people to have to stay around this area again. So we'll see how that plays out. There's also a ladder to get in this room here. Just fine. Okay, you don't have to jump to get up here as a ramp. There's a ladder to get on this room, on this building back here. The bin has been moved as well. Also can't get stuck in the skybox there. There's a ladder to get on this roof from this side, which is nice. Yeah, that's it for map 1. There's quite a lot of it's quite some significant changes, honestly. I think it'll probably make this tank a lot more interesting though. Yeah, just go to map 2. Yeah, I do like those extra ladders. They definitely make this tank a little bit more interesting. Okay, so first of all, they've added this this ramp here to get on this roof. I mean, personally, I think a ladder would have done fine. It looks a bit too, pro moddy to me. And people are gonna see this and be like, "Oh, it's all pro mono," but it's a good change still. They've also clipped it so you can't actually get stuck and go here, so you have to go around. I'm not sure I'm a fan of that, but it is what it is. But yeah, so you can get on this roof without having to do a bunch of parkour anymore, which is great. Just clip to stop you getting stuck on the roof going up here. Also stop you getting stuck in the skybox there. They've also added a ladder here, which is already going to be in the next Zonemod, but oh well. So you can get on this roof quickly and then jump across to here. Go on this balcony as well. Just save you some time getting your spawn. LOS fix on this van, which is great. You can now spawn behind here a lot easier. They've improved clipping on these trash bags as well for infected. There's a ramp here to stop you from getting stuck and also just giving you another place to spawn. There's some infected ladders on this little raised up part of the park. So they're good. Some infected ladders over here. Get behind this wall. Some ladders around park here. Personally, I would have liked to see more. This area is still kind of bad for the infected, honestly. I would have liked to see a bit more added here, but you know, some extra ladders is great. You can actually get up here quicker now. You can also actually climb over here now. It's good. Blocked survivors getting on top of this little gate over here. Entrance. There's ladders to get back here and over here as well. Is that really it for the park? I was hoping for a little bit more here. The fact that you can in vanilla get tier 2 so early on and fight a tank in this area, to me says, you know, this area needs rebalancing. It's really just not fair for the infected, honestly. But oh well. I mean, extra ladders here is something, but I think it could have done with a lot more work. Right. We've got another one of these triggers for hittables here. I need to find out what these are. I'll have to ask someone. I haven't seen anything in the patch notes about them. Okay, so they've stopped people getting stuck here, which is good. Hopefully that stops chargers getting stuck as well. They've added some ladders to get on the bridge. Sorry. Yeah, ladders to get on the bridge. So you don't have to do the annoying jump anymore. Also some wrong way signs, so you know where the skybox ends. They've made this awning solid and clipped survivors from getting onto this fire escape. Yeah, so this jump isn't changed, but you can still do it. There's a line of sight fix on this generator. There's also ladders to get on the roof on this side. They've also blocked survivors from getting on the roof here. Sorry. Yeah. So that's good. I don't see a lot of changes around this side. So this whole area, I mean, these new ladders will make a big difference, especially for people that don't know how to do the jump onto the bridge. So that's good. It'll definitely help in pubs a lot. They've clipped it so you can actually jump over here as infected now, which is great. Because these purple clips, everywhere there's barbed wire on this event, the infected cannot jump over properly. They have to jump over like this, and it's really annoying, and there's nothing we can do about it except, like, you can't remove it. So this will help at least in this little area. There's a few more over there, so that's good. There's an infected clip to stop your head getting stuck here, which is good. There's a ladder to get up here on this roof. Surprised they didn't fix the no draw texture here, but there's also a ladder copied from Zonemod, which I don't like because it doesn't look great, but you can't see it in the lighting properly. But there's another way onto this roof here, which is fine. They've made this solid, so you can jump across to here now. Yeah, there's a new ladder here. bit awkward to use though. Yeah, that's good. There's a fence cover to block line of sight here. There's also a weirdly placed ladder here on this pole, let you get on the roof. I'm not really sure why it's placed like that, to be honest. I feel like it would be better just on the wall, but it doesn't look like they've blocked survivors being able to get on top of these filing cases. Yeah, there's some clips to help infected get on here now, which is great. Yeah, that's a nice change. Most people won't notice it, but at least when they try and like try to do this, they'll actually be able to get over instead of just not being able to get over. So that's good. They've added a prop here so that you can get over here without jumping and get into this room. Good. They've blocked survivors getting on top of here and on top of... Well, okay, this clip seems a bit pointless. So you can still get over here as survivors, it looks like, which is really strange. I'm also wondering if this Jesus spot is fixed as well, but I'll have to see. But it looks like they've blocked getting on top of here for whatever reason, I guess just for grenade boosts. And that's it for this event area. I mean, well, I guess there's some stuff over here actually. There's some new props to help you get on here. Personally, they should be ladders, but it's not really a huge deal. Again, it's like the one on Dark Carnival where it's about people learning, you know, that there are extra ways to get around the map instead of just ladders, but I still think you should just use a ladder, honestly. So they've blocked line of sight on this sign here. Yeah, I mean, there's places where it's fine to use props, but I don't know. I think you should avoid using too many props like this when you have the option of ladders. But hey, Adam, how are you doing? Yeah, it looks like they've got a ladder to get on this sign here as well. So I guess you can walk all the way along here and get on this bridge. That's a nice change. Put a ladder to get on top of the roof from this side as well because that's kind of a pain. So that's that'll help you move around on the roof here a bit easier. There's still no ladder here though. Also, these ladders are still quite hard to see in the sun. Still kind of hard to see. Feel like they could have added like a pipe or something. Again, this prop is just taken straight from Pro Mod, which is still kind of difficult to use and kind of pointless, but oh well. Got a LOS fix on this bus, so you can spawn behind here, but not on this bus for some reason. Got a clip to stop you getting permanently stuck behind these. These awnings are solid, which is good. There's a ladder to get on the roof now as well, so that'll help with spawns a lot. Oh, my throat's killing me now. There's a ladder to get on. I guess this is just to get on the bus, but you can climb all the way on top of this lamp. I guess you can jump on the roof as well. There's also a ladder to get on the roof here as well, and also stop you from basically getting stuck back here. Yeah, I feel like the park should have got more changes. There's not that many. There's only a couple of ladders really. Especially in vanilla, it's still going to be pretty rough here. But overall, some nice changes. Just got map 3, I guess. But not many changes on map 2. Right, so we've got flipping improvement on this ladder so you don't get stuck, which is good. Fixing stuck spots here. The ladder to get on this bridge from this side, which is good as well. Save you some time running all the way around. Blocked survivors getting on this part of the map as well, because you can just do a common jump to get up here. There's also a ladder to get up here now. So, you know, I mean that's already in Zonemod, but in vanilla that's definitely gonna help a lot with this area. We've also got some props, which they look like they're just taken from Pro Mod as well. And there's a ladder to get over here now. So, you know, I mean, for anyone that's played competitive, it's not too different, but it'll help a lot in vanilla with spawning around here is kind of difficult. There's also some ladders to get on this dumpster thing now, which, you know, it's not too useful, but I guess it gives you an extra spawn here. You can climb up and attack someone. These ladders here to get on these roofs. There's also a new prop to spawn behind, which is good. It's kind of a pain to spawn here, honestly. We've also blocked the skip here, kind of. Oh yeah, well, for survivors only. And also fix line of sight issues there for us. There's a ladder to get on the roof from this side. And this one is a pretty big change as well. There's ladders to climb over this fence here, so I don't think running back for this tank is going to be as viable anymore. It gives the tank a lot more time to set up, and also makes like setting up a hit back here a lot easier. So that's a pretty nice change actually. Yeah, I've not been playing the versus outside of the last stand really, so but I would imagine this makes quite a big difference. Yeah, I think that's a nice change. I think that it was pretty dumb that there's no ladders here, to be honest, so I'm surprised they haven't blocked getting on this roof, but I guess you can't really do it on 30 tick very easily. I mean, you can common jump up here though. Yeah, I guess that's it for this first area, so it's mostly just ladders, but it's all good stuff. Got an LOS fix on this van so you can actually spawn. There's no ladder to get on this building, but it's blocked for survivors at least. Oh no, there is a ladder. Okay, there it is. Okay, I didn't see that one. So you can get on the ladder, on the roof pretty easily from this ladder. I mean, I wonder if you can rock tank from here, maybe, as well. That'll be interesting. Skybox might be a bit too low for that though. Got an LOS fix on this trailer here, which is good. Survivors can't get on that roof. Otherwise, no changes over here. Oh, there's a stuck spot fix actually. Oh, these roofs are clipped for infected now, so you can actually stand on them. And they've also blocked survivors getting out of bounds here. Yeah, this clipping is actually quite good, although I'm not sure how you would get up here unless you're a hunter, but I guess you can jump across like that actually. That might be kind of a neat like smoker or charger spawn actually. These roofs have been clipped as well. They block survivors being able to climb up them, but not on this side for some reason. Got a new ladder here. Get on this roof. Fortunately, you can't get on there as infected. It's blocked. There's some new fence covers and ladders in this, by this dumpster. I think, yeah, these should be pretty good for vanilla. It's really rough to spawn here. I've also got some ladders to climb over the fence here. It's fine. I would like to see some fence covers here though, but it's not a big deal. Also a ladder to get on this roof from here, which I guess you could take the tank like this way. And no, you take a lot of damage going this way, it's a bit too slow. But it's a fast way to get a spawn up here at least. So that's a good change. They stopped survivors getting stuck back there. They've also stopped them from getting on the roof. They've improved the collision on this barricade, it looks like. So you can walk along it. Although, I'm not sure I like this because you can kind of like stand on some of these props as a tank and throw rocks, but it's not a huge change. There's also some ladders to get on the roof here. One here as well to get over the fence. And there's another one to get over the fence. So just a few extra spawns. Here's one to get on the roof. So you can get on the roof without having to run all the way around the building, which is good. They haven't added any ladders. Oh no, okay, that's not a ladder. Yeah, they haven't added any ladders to get over the fence here, so you still have to do a jump. But I guess that's fine. They have added a ladder to get out over here though, and the ramp. They've also blocked survivors from being able to get out here, which is good. They've added a ladder by this hole in the wall here, which, I mean, it's not a big change, but also a line of sight fix on this van. Not many changes here though. The sewers have ladders to get in these holes, and also block survivors getting in there, which is good. Although I will say that like this area is still like kind of rough for survivors if they want to take it down here now with these ladders. I don't know. At least with water slow down. Doesn't look like there's any real changes here except just some LOS fixes on these vans. Trucks. There's a ladder to get over here. You still can't really spawn back here though, or do much. It'd be nice to see like a ladder to get like over this fence, honestly. They've blocked survivors doing a skip to get out of bounds. LOS fix and a permastuck fix in the back here. Some props to get over this fence now, which I think are just taken from Pro Mod. There's a ladder to get on this shack. Doesn't look like there's many other changes. Some exploit blocks for survivors. Yeah, and fixing getting permanently stuck there. Some ladders to get over this wall, and that's it for the cemetery. Which I guess on a map this long it's fine, but this is still kind of a survivor-sided area. But, oh, wrong map. Okay, there's quite a lot of survivor clips, it looks like. Just stopping survivors getting on the roofs around here because none of them are blocked off properly. New ladders to get spawn faster here, which is good. Yeah, that's a nice change. Otherwise, apart from some exploit blocks, that's about it really. Just more exploit blocks here where you can get out of bounds. An LOS fix behind this fence because it's not properly solid for some reason. Same on this van, LOS fix. There's a ladder to get over the fence here. Vanilla, good. They've improved the clipping here and improved this ladder here that was in Zonemod. It's actually not awful to use now. So I think that's a lot better. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Yeah, because the clipping here is like really bad for whatever reason. The black survivors getting on the roof over here. Some ladders to get on the bus here, and then clips to help you get over onto this balcony. Also some LOS fixes on the bus. It's this ladder here to get in the pool room, which is one that I was adding in, but so that's gonna change this tank quite a lot. Really open up the spawns for infected. So I think that's a pretty good change. Like this room is just kind of just not fair for the infected, honestly. Even without tank slowdown, it's still pretty rough. So we'll see if people try some different strats, I guess. There's also some ladders to get over here, which is good. Again, opening up more spawns. But yeah, this pool room probably get some new people are gonna have to adapt to these ladders. Just some exploit fixes again. There's a ladder to get on this roof from over here. Okay, so you can't get out of bounds as they're infected here in vanilla, so that's fine. Yeah, just open up more spawns on the roof here. Nothing in this building. We've got some new breakable wall textures here. You can break when after you've spawned, same as on Dark Carnival. Also got a new ladder over here to get on the roof. New ladder to get on the roof on this side and over here, so a lot more options for the infected. This ladder is still awful to use, I guess, but I would have liked to see a bit of an improvement there, but oh well. That looks like that's it for this area. I mean, there's blocked some stuck spots here with some bad clipping. Block survivors from getting on this roof. Otherwise, that's it for this area. Oh yeah, there's a ladder to get on the roof over here. Good. Also blocking survivors getting out of bounds as usual. more out of bounds blocks. Shortcut fence temp. Okay. I'm guessing that gets removed when survivors go past a certain area. Some more out of bounds fixes. There's a ladder to get on this windows over here. Probably won't make a big difference, but it's an extra place to spawn here. Little ladder to get over this truck, although you kind of get your head stuck there a bit. That's it for map 4. Not many changes, but for vanilla at least it'll make some areas a little bit better, and the pool room is definitely a big change. But we'll have to see how it plays out. It might be a little bit too overpowered in the pool room though, honestly. Because it's going to change how people play that tank for sure. Blocked survivors getting out of bounds here. There's some making part of the bridge solid. Yeah, cause you can stand under here as and no one can reach you. I think the ladders don't disappear anymore as well, which is good. On the second half, otherwise nothing here, just some exploit fixes so you can't B-hop across here. There's a ladder to get on the bridge before this drop. Is that it? Okay, so got an extra infected ladder to get on the bridge here, which is actually really nice. I've also blocked being able to stuck warp or just get on top of this bridge as survivor. Oh, sorry. Fixed the perma stuck spot. Bunch of exploit fixes over the bridge I won't go over much. But everyone knows that you can get on top of this bridge and out of bounds, so. Also fixed getting stuck on this rubble here. Some extra props and the ladder. Spawns here, which is good. I guess, and also for the tank maybe. Nothing too major though, just some exploit fixes on this map really. Yeah, I mean, it's clipping getting stuck here as well, which is good. Oh, not on this side. I guess you don't get stuck on this side then. But yeah, I mean, that'll definitely change up how Parish plays quite a bit though. Some of these ladders, like map 1, like all the major tanks have got some buffs here. Parish. Except for maybe map 2, but there are some extra props to help you move around. But yeah, I mean, they're all good changes though, and people are just gonna have to adapt to new strategies. But yeah, I think for now, that's enough. I'll look at the rest of the maps another time. But that's that Carnival and Parish.